Hey everyone, I'm Sinai, your 4-star guy, and I have something to tell you guys. I have 5 stars. Now, if you think that this means I am betraying the concepts that my channel focuses around 4-star characters, hear me out. My main priority on this account is to have and use every 4-star character in the game and build them up to a point where they are strong. And while rolling for 4-star characters, naturally I'm going to get a few 5 stars. Even before my hiatus, I already felt like all of my 4 stars were built to where I wanted them to be, and I was accumulating so many extra materials that I could just level up these 5 stars. I felt like it would be a huge waste of gacha luck to not build them, and I also thought it would be irresponsible of me, as a person who gives tips on this game, to not fully understand how strong these units were in practice. I also thought that if I were to do this, I would do it right, and I also gave them the strongest weapons I had access to for them. I even rolled on some specific banners just for this. So, these are the 4 5-star characters I kitted out, and today I'm going to show you guys what they can do and tell you guys what I think about them. Alright, so let's start with Keqing first. This is the character that I wanted most first because I just love her design. She's so cool and pretty at the same time. So what's this team we're looking at? As you guys can probably guess, it's Electro Charged. We have Xingqiu to help apply Pyro and also do some good Hydro damage. That is a Pyro, I meant Hydro, to cause the Electro Charge, while Keqing is just doing Electro damage all the time because her skill, using it twice, where she actually goes through the teleport and swings at the enemies, it makes her normal attacks all Electro. Fischl also helps with this. We're just gonna pump the enemy with a ton of Electro damage. So Zhongli is another 5-star I leveled up just for this. If we're gonna do this much Electro Charge, meaning we're doing this much Electro damage with 2 characters, Fischl and Keqing, doing Electro damage, you might think that using an Anemo character, especially Sucrose, would be helpful to decrease the enemy's Electro resistance and also boost our Elemental Mastery, which is nice. But I do value Zhongli's protection that much, just so I can keep on using Keqing's charge attacks. Zhongli also does help boost our damage a little bit with his little damage resistance debuff around his shield anyway. He has that! Of course, Fischl is always nice because she does a lot of electro damage from off-field and also generates a good amount of energy particles. Now I'm going to show you guys my build for Keqing. So, for her weapon, I use a Primordial Jade Cutter. It has a pretty low base attack, but it has an amazing crit rate substat. It also gives us an attack bonus based on how much HP we have, and it also gives us a little HP bonus to help us out with that. For our artifacts, I'm using the Thunder Soother set, which gives us extra damage on enemies affected by Electro, and since we have Fischl, Keqing, and Electro Charge going on, this 4-piece set effect should be happening pretty much all the time. And for the actual artifact pieces, I'm really happy with them. I have a lot of crit rate and crit damage from them, and also I get some attack HP and elemental mastery from them, which are all very useful, especially since HP, we get attack from HP. For her talents, I have her at 10, 9, and 9. Honestly, I would like to have them all at 10, but at the same time, getting a talent to level 10 is so much more, so much talent books, which means a lot of resin, and also it takes a crown, so it's a little too expensive, and her Keqing's charge attacks is the most important thing in her kit. And this is what her final stats look like. A lot of HP, a pretty good amount of attack, good elemental mastery too, and good crit rate and crit damage stats. Really awesome. We also get more crit rate because of one of her passives that gives us 15% crit rate after we use her ultimate, and we get this much crit damage because as she ascends, she gets more. I forgot to mention Keqing's electro damage bonus, and also on top of this, we also get a 35% damage bonus because we're going to be whacking away on enemies affected by electro all of the time. So let's try it out on this fire punching bag. So first we get our shield, and then we break his shield. We throw Fischl's thing out, we use our ultimate. Using our ultimate also boosts our crit rate on Keqing. It's one of her passive abilities. Oh, and it's dead already. Sweet. Guys, I'm pretty stoked to be using 5 stars right now. They're so strong. Alright, so that thing died really quickly, so I'm just gonna do a domain to show more gameplay. Or else it'd be a really short section on each character. Alright, so first we're gonna start this challenge, but I'm gonna walk away so they all kind of clump together towards me. You see how they're running at me? Alright, so let's start it. Bam! Oh, I just realized I didn't use my ultimate. And we're on the last guy. I guess we'll just use our ultimate. Now, where did he go? Oh, there he is. He's almost done for. And sweet! Awesome! Alrighty, so that was quicker than I expected. So we're already on to Diluc. Awesome! So Diluc, we're gonna use him as a vaporized damage dealer, and I think that's one of his very few playstyles that are actually effective. I think because it's hard to set him up for anything else other than vaporize to help him do damage. I don't know if you guys noticed, but he's also level 86, and the other 4 stars are level 89. The other 5 stars are level 89. It's because he's not a cute girl, and I want him to know that I don't like him as much as the other pretty girls. So he's 3 levels below, but I also did kind of want to level him up because his playstyle's fun and stuff. But yeah, we're doing a vaporized team. All we really need is Xingqiu and him, but Bennett also is very nice to give us a damage boost and also give us some pyro energy. And Sucrose is very nice to decrease the enemy's pyro resistance and also boost our elemental mastery, which will make our vaporizes even stronger. Now I'm going to show you how I built Diluc. For his weapon, I'm using the Wolf's Gravestone, which has a good base attack as with all 5 stars except for that one I showed you just before, and it also has an attack percent substat. Its effect gives us a little bit more attack on top of that, and when we hit opponents that are less than 30% HP, we get another 40% attack for 12 seconds and can only occur once every 30 seconds. I don't know if you could tell, but I was reading right there. So for his artifacts, we are using the Crimson Witch of Flames, which gives us pyro damage bonus and increases our vaporize damage by 15%. And every time we use our skill, we get like a little more pyro damage every time we do that. And because Diluc's skill can happen up to 3 times as we use it, we should get this buff really fast because it has a maximum of 3 stacks. So for his flower, we have this, and honestly, I'm not too fond of the substats. I think the main stats are just fine. At first, I was kind of upset that I got an Elemental Mastery timepiece because I'd rather have an attack one. But, you know, the Wolf's Gravestone already gives me so much attack. I think Elemental Mastery might be pretty good since we're doing Vaporize anyway. But yeah, the stats, I don't have as many crit stats as I would like, honestly. But, you know, if I were to grind to just upgrade the substats that little bit, it might not be worth it for me. For his talents, I have him at 999. All of them are really useful, but of course, I'm playing favoritism with my pretty ladies. So yeah, this is what his final stats look like. He has that much attack and that much elemental mastery, a very good vaporize multiplier, and his crit stats are okay. They're okay. I so wish I had better crit damage, but I just haven't gotten the subsets for that. The energy recharge is nice, but Diluc's energy cost is low. This is his pyro damage bonus, but of course, it'll be higher when we use the skill 3 times because of the artifact set bonus. I almost forgot to mention that I have Diluc at Constellation 1, which gives us a damage bonus against enemies who are above half health. And this is really cool because it gets us to Wolf Gravestone buff range quicker. Alrighty, so let's get to it. We're at the blue punching bag. So first we're gonna use Bennett to break his shield. It takes a couple slaps. And then Sucrose is gonna decrease their power resistance and give us the Elemental Mastery boost. Xingqiu is gonna start his Vaporize. This is moving faster, so it's hard to explain things. And Diluc does that. It's dead already. Oh my god, where have these characters been all my life? Alright, so we're out of domain again. So we're gonna start off the same way. They're gonna jump at me. I'm gonna use my ultimate. Alright, so we want to use Sucrose's skill and not her ultimate. Even though the Elemental Mastery buff and Pyro Resistance happens either way, with using either one of her skill or her ultimate, we don't want to absorb Pyro into her ultimate because having more Pyro going on would mess up us doing Vaporize with Diluc specifically. It's over. Alright, so next I'm gonna talk about Ayaka. I was stoked to have her released because even before the game came out, we knew about her and she's just looks so nice. And I love the whole light blue thing. I love the samurai but kind of kimono thing get up. Oh, it's so cool. Look at her headband. It's a samurai thing. Yeah, so this team is a freeze team. And that's not because freeze is particularly strong, but it's because her artifact set makes it very strong. I'll explain more when I talk about her build. But then yeah, we're using Mona. Mostly because Xingqiu, we only have one Xingqiu and there's two halves in each Spiral Abyss floor. And also I just kind of wanted another excuse to build Mona because I also like her too. So she's gonna help us freeze, and her ultimate also gives us a damage boost, which lasts for a short while. So because it lasts for such a short while, we're gonna have to switch into Ayaka immediately if you want to make use of that, because Ayaka's the damage dealer. She is also holding the Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers, so when she switches into Ayaka, she's gonna pass on the ultimate damage buff and also the attack buff that the Thrilling Tales gives her. Diana is mostly here because it's nice to have a healer and also a shield, and also to give us Cryo Resonance, which gives us a 15% extra crit rate against frozen or cryo affected enemies. And lastly, we have Sucrose because throwing up all of the frozen enemies is not going to hurt the freeze reaction at all, and it's also going to decrease the enemy's cryo resistance. Alright, I'm going to show you how I built Ayaka now. For her weapon, I'm using the one that came out as she got released too, and it has a great base attack and a very nice crit damage subset. It also gives us a 12% elemental damage bonus, and it also gives us more elemental damage, up to 3 stacks, if we deal elemental damage using our normal attacks or use our elemental burst. And because Ayaka is pretty much always going to be doing cryo damage using her normal attacks, this buff should pretty much always be up. And these are the artifacts that we're using. This artifact set is very important because it is pretty much the sole reason why we want to use freeze. So it gives us a 15% cryo damage bonus, which is very nice, and it also gives us 40% crit rate on frozen enemies, or just 20 on regular cryo affected enemies. So the huge amount of crit rate just lets us focus on all just crit damage and not even have to worry about how much crit rate we have. In addition, the Cryo Resonance also gives us an extra 15% crit rate for the same conditions. So we have a lot of crit rate, so we can just focus on crit damage. As you can see by my artifacts, I'm very happy with how much crit stats I have. For her talents, just like Keqing, I have her at 10, 9, 9 for the same reasons. And this is what her final stats end up looking like. This is her attack, and her Elemental Mastery doesn't really matter because freeze doesn't use Elemental Mastery for anything. This is her crit rate, but of course we also get an extra 55 from all the Cryo Resonance, the artifact set bonus, and freeze. This is her crit damage, which is huge, made even better because while she ascends, she also gets more crit damage. Her energy recharge is this, and this is her cryo damage bonus. So we're gonna try her out on one of the Ruin Graders, because unfortunately the red punching bag doesn't get frozen. Alrighty, so here's the idea. Diana affects him with cryo and heals us and shields us if she wants. Sucrose does this and keeps the crowd going. Mono wants to do this, so when I come in, Our ultimate does a crazy amount of damage, and before I can even use my fancy cryo normal attacks, it's dead. Alright, so we're here at a domain. We're gonna lure these boys over here, and we're gonna start off the same way. And then we're gonna use our ultimates on these guys. And it's over. And lastly, we have Ganyu. To be honest, I got her as kind of an impulse buy, because at first, I actually didn't think she was that good. But I gotta be honest, guys, I don't think she's too strong. Oh, how wrong I was. Oh my god, her charge attacks are crazy strong. But yeah, as you can see, we're using the same team as Ayaka. I like using Ganyu in the same way, and I like this because Mona's taunt, it helps keep the enemies away, and same thing goes with Sucrose's ultimate. That way I can like charge my bow safely, and Diona's shield protects me in the same time. But yeah, it also wasn't that hard a decision to get her because she seems nice, looks good, and also is crazy strong. And this is how I built Ganyu. So I have the Almost Bow on her, which has a good base attack and attack percent subset, and its effect increases our charge attack damage by 12%, and the longer it takes for our charge attack to reach the enemy, it gives us more charge attack damage. Of course, we have the same artifact set as before. We like to freeze and good crit damage, and for her talents, I have her normal attack at 10. I only have her skill at 6 because I don't think it helps that much to level it up further, and her ultimate is at 9. Alright, so we're here in another domain, and we're gonna start off just like usual. We're gonna run away and have Diona start everything off. Sucrose is gonna do this and get everyone in a nice clump. And then if we want, we can do this. And then I'm pretty sure it's gonna die right here. And that's what Ganyu does. She kills things really fast. I feel like I didn't really get to show off much there, so I'm just gonna do this, and then because her charge attack is really the thing, and it only took 2 there. Cool. Alright, that was fun, but now it's time to not have fun. I am going to show you guys what these characters can do on the 12th floor, the first chamber of the 12th floor. So here we're using Keqing and Ayaka. Keqing for the first half and Ayaka for the second. First we're gonna start off with this, and we're gonna use our ultimate just for fun. And then we're gonna use these 2 things to set up for Keqing. Now we're in business. The only thing is that I kind of don't like using Keqing against small enemies like this, because I have to run at them so often. And in addition to using my charge attacks, that uses so much stamina. If you guys didn't know, Keqing's charge attack is really strong, and her normal attack pretty weak. So then you want to be using your charge attack as much as you can. Oh, but I kind of messed up there. I used my skill before my ultimate, so I'm wasting time on my skills. Electro Infusion. Alright, let's have these guys frozen. And then, luckily, they all want to come at me, bro. So, I get to hit them like this. They're all grouped up. Sweet! Alright, and we're gonna do this. And it's gonna go up. And then we're gonna kill it right now. And we're gonna kill everything right now. I don't like these guys. They like keeping their distance. You know what? Let's get close to these floating guys. And because the big guy likes to chase us. Except right there in that instance where it wanted to run away from us. That's a bad example. But we can just do this and kill them, right? Right? They're dead? Not quite. Oh, dude, I hate these guys. How did you live? Urgh, I don't like you. Alright, now we're gonna be Ganyu and Diluc. Honestly, I'm kind of only doing this first stage because, sure, the enemies are strong, but I don't want to put myself through the ordeal of having to go through all the floors again for each little team. Alright, let's get this started. Where are you? You're there. You're frozen? And it's good. It's good. Alright, now everyone's gonna try come over here. Very good. It's a party. And now they're gonna get frozen even more. And they're all easy pickings while they're frozen. Ow! Whoa, dude! I'm hilarious. Alright, we didn't kill these guys the first time around, but it's gonna happen right here, I hope. Yeah, it has to. There! There! I did it! You see, I'm cracked! I'm cracked! Alright, so we're gonna start, and this guy is gonna go way too high in the air for me to hit him. Which is very nice. I really like this kind of waste of time, especially when there's a timer, you know, but no worries. It's the Spiral Abyss, it's the whale's design. Anyway, it's time to use our ult. And we just used our ult. I don't know if you saw that. And for some reason, he's not dead yet, which is a problem. Because it would be better if he was dead. So, I guess we might just have to wait for him to do this because we don't have the proper materials. Not materials, resources. Not resources. Whatever. You know what I mean. We don't have the proper method to deal with him just yet. So, now it's time to do our favorite thing and hit guys like this. I don't like these guys. They just float around and avoid your wax. Very quiet end to that whole floor there. Alright, that about wraps up the video. It's been super fun to use these 5 stars, and of course they are very strong. I'm very happy with my character box right now. I have a lot of 5 stars that I like, and they give a nice spread of options that I can do. The only thing I wish I had was either Venti or Kazuha, one of the Anemo characters that really help elemental reactions happen using their elemental absorption with their ultimates. But that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys liked what I had to say and what I showed, consider subscribing. I do Genshin Impact tips, team comps, character builds, and even the occasional mess around video. Thank you guys for checking out my channel, and see you next time.